This video is sponsored by War Thunder. The Resident Evil series has been an obsession of mine lately, and having recently completed Resident Evil 7's Madhouse difficulty without any special items, I was left wondering how much more difficult can the DLC achievements truly be. And this is when I turned my attention to what some people consider the hardest achievement in the entire game, which can be earned by completing the bonus mode, Ethan Must Die. Come on, pop him, pop him. What the fuck was that? Ethan Must Die is a minigame where you have one goal: do not let Ethan die. This contradiction is set up like this. Upon spawning in, you need to make it through a specific path in the baker's house and find a key that allows you to fight Marguerite in the greenhouse. And while this sounds simple, there is a lot to consider. First of all, there are boxes scattered throughout the house that contain randomized loot, and you better hope that it's good, because those are all the items you're gonna get for the entirety of the DLC. And if you don't count the hordes of enemies, the second big challenge is finding a path through the numerous traps in the house. This level must have been designed by Macaulay Culkin in an attempt to relive his Home Alone days, and one wrong step will send you back to the beginning without any warning. Now, speaking of beginnings, my journey started with a proclamation at the main menu. Ethan will wish he had his mommy as you lead him to death over and over again in this ultra high difficulty minigame. Like, I understand that I'm sick, but the only thing that's nasty that I'm gonna do is first try this. This was my first time ever playing this mode, but being fresh off of a Madhouse run had me feeling really confident. I didn't quite grasp the nature of the RNG loot boxes yet, but being a Counter-Strike player, I was used to opening crates and not getting the weapon that I wanted. This is one of the factors that can really up the difficulty in Ethan Must Die. You're somewhat at the mercy of Lord RNGesus. This is a non-factor at this point, since I haven't even made it to where the DLC really starts. And since the goal was to get into the greenhouse to fight Marguerite, I hightailed it over there to confirm I was really gonna need to get a key if I wanted some quality one-on-one time with Mrs. Bayou 2017. In order to get into the living room to acquire the key, I will first have to get into the house and then get past the first few enemies that the DLC wanted to throw at me. Oh, nope. I think I gotta get all of these boxes and get items. Dude, what? Bro, I'm 1 minute into the game and I died. I guess we're not gonna first try. Okay, one day I will get a first try on one of these runs, but today I will humbly accept a second first try, which the game was clearly begging for since it dropped me a handgun before I even made it into the house. Like I mentioned before, I don't actually know how common items are in this mode, so while I thought I was supposed to collect everything I saw, it was becoming clear to me that this level is set up in such a way that some items are just bait. Oh wait, bro, is that my gravestone? Did I just die on my own fucking gravestone? Okay, we don't want to get that item. Dude, 2 deaths. 2 deaths 1 second into the game. Oh my god, now there's no box here. Get the fuck out of town. So on this next attempt, I skipped the master bait box before grabbing a flamethrower and running into the next hallway for refuge. Oh! Are they gonna come in here? Can they fight? Oh my god, they're coming. Dude, what is this DLC? Something to remember is that I was still programmed to think enemies had Madhouse levels of health, so I was trying to avoid having any direct confrontations unless I was super confident I had the upper hand. There was an important lesson to be learned here. The traps that are meant to kill me can also be used to kill the molded, and I planned on exploiting this at every possible opportunity. With this new bit of tech at the ready, I made my way to the basement, where I learned about a whole new kind of trap that I had never seen before. What does this do? If I run over this, do I insta-die? Are these spikes? I don't know what that was. These traps are going to be useful in just a second, but first I went to the crematorium and realized that this DLC was playing all sorts of mind games with me, and I was going to need to be careful going forward. That is shocking to me. So the enemies that look like they should be alive are dead, and the enemies that look like they should be dead are alive. We're goddamn backwards and upside down here. Ooh. Even with the psychological warfare going on, my loot situation was looking real good. I was loaded up on guns, and I was even able to use them to piece up the next enemy I saw. It died in one shot. Things were going so well, in fact, that I started to tunnel vision a bit. And it hadn't even crossed my mind that a loot box could contain more than just a useful piece of loot. What the fuck was that? It's a bomb too? Did I not hit green boxes before? Bro, third death, dying to a goddamn box. This is a 2-star box. This is green. I hit a green 2-star box and I fucking died last time. How do you know? Whoa, what are the odds? It's War Thunder, the sponsor of today's video. War Thunder is the most comprehensive vehicle combat game on the planet. Don't just take my word for it. If you join now, you'll be welcomed into a worldwide community of over 95 million players, all trying to blow each other up. And if you're going to be engaging in some high-octane military action, just know there are over 2,500 different vehicles to choose from. Regardless of your favorite decade, War Thunder has all of the coolest tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships of 10 major nations. So it doesn't matter if you're into biplanes and armored cars from the 1920s or the modern fighter jets and battle tanks of today. There is literally no better game for fans of military history and media. The level of detail is such that you can enjoy every explosion due to the realistic graphics and authentic sound effects. If you want to join the battlefield, War Thunder is available for free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and even mobile devices. You can play right now using my link in the pinned comment and description. And if you're a brand new player on PC or console, or you're a returning player that hasn't touched the game in 6 months, you will receive a massive bonus pack that includes multiple premium vehicles, an exclusive vehicle decorator, the Eagle of Valor, and 7 days of premium account time. This is a limited time offer, so don't hesitate to jump in now. Thank you to War Thunder for sponsoring this video, but now it's time to get back to Ethan Must Die. So there is a visual cue that tells you when a box is safe to hit. Of course, I never figured that out while going for this achievement. So for your information, boxes with 1 wrap of tape are bad, while boxes with many wraps of tape are good. So without knowing this piece of information, I resorted to listening to each box in the game to hear if there was ticking. This bomb box conundrum will continue for the entirety of my playthrough. This is green, 2-star green. Can I hear if this is a bomb? God, bro. I'm like one of those dogs that they hire to detect the bombs, and all I'm doing is sniffing out burgers. As long as I'm careful, I can shift my focus to worrying about how I'm gonna deal with all the enemies in the most efficient way possible, which is honestly done by using the traps. One thing I should mention about Ethan Must Die is that the enemies are constants. So when I find myself going toe-to-toe with a molded in some dank room, I just need to remember that an enemy spawns in that location during the next run. This becomes the incremental advantage that you get over the course of your attempts. Now, since I never plan on needing more than this next attempt, that's mostly info for you guys. And the info I needed to be aware of is that not every enemy needs to be killed on every attempt. Sometimes you just need to juke them out. And during my first face-to-face with a big boy, I got to see a perfect example as to why. Oh, it's one of these guys. I might be wasting all my ammo here. This looks like I'm hitting him through the crack. I'm gonna hope, though, I can turn this guy into some barbecued Slovaki. I'm out of... Oh, dude, I'm out of ammo. How do you pull the door open? Oh! I don't think I can kill this guy. If all that fire didn't kill him, I can't kill him. He got 250 fire bullets. That's all he's getting. So my soon-to-be win is now being hampered by the fact that I used basically all of the loot from the start of the run to not kill an enemy. I did end up getting some gunpowder as I entered Jack's man cave, but that's good for a particular reason that I'm gonna bring up later. This does bring me to my next lesson though, and it's that I need to be very careful from here on out. The doors in this DLC can be rigged to blow, and if you break in with a no-knock warrant, there's a good chance you won't be leaving this house anytime soon. My strategy was pretty simple. I moved slowly around anything that could possibly kill me, and I wouldn't go into doors unless I knew it was clear. This worked well enough to bag me a kill with the help of some wall bombs, and I even got another pistol after blowing up the trap on that door. This was just enough good luck to make me drop my guard for a few seconds. Okay, well, that box was fine. Oh, dude. Holy shit. How low can you go? How low can you go? All right, they're about to call me Hermes from Futurama here in a second. The next room introduces a new mechanic, one that I wasn't really expecting if I'm being honest, and it basically boils down to this.
Hey, Freak Show! You're going nowhere! I got you for 3 minutes! 3 minutes of playtime!
There are a few times where the game will lock you in a room with a couple of molded, and the only way out of there is by killing everything. Thankfully, I got a gun out of that trap room, and I was just barely able to get out of this whole ordeal with my head on my shoulders. Is that guy actually still alive, or am I being joked with? Am I gonna actually die in one shot, bro? Oh my god. Oh. Doors have been unlocked. Okay, wait, there might be something good in this box. I'm not crazy, right? Oh, you literally get nothing, bro. Oh, no! I'm gonna die. I gotta use the handstand. Oh, no! Oh my god, I'm so fucked, bro. I'm using all of my ammo. Based on the amount of supplies I had, I was barely hanging on. Unless I got a massive infusion of loot directly into my backpack, this run wasn't gonna end well if I made it to the boss. Fortunately for me, that wasn't something I was gonna need to worry about. Okay, stairs always have fucking bombs on them. Is there a rope? If I die to this, it's gonna look so stupid in hindsight. I'm gonna try to outrun the spikes. No! Wait, I lived. Oh, I died. Okay, I understand Indiana Jones now. I get it. Okay, so I clearly mixed up my own instructions. I'm supposed to lure enemies into the traps to set them off, not run into traps and show the enemies how to get off. Big difference there. But that wasn't the case on this next run. Fairly early on, I got some gunpowder and some strong chem fluid. This would allow me to make some enhanced handgun ammo, which is going to be my endgame plan for the boss fight, since they do a ton of damage compared to regular bullets. Getting some of these bullets now is a relief, but the rest of my early game loot was pretty mid when you consider that I got a survival knife out of a 3-star crate in a mode where one hit seems to kill me. My knife woes aside, I took some of the lessons from the previous runs to heart. This mainly boiled down to using the pressure plate traps to better effect, so I didn't end up ammo-less at the gun show again. I also learned an interesting piece of tech with the flamethrowers here, and it's going to come in clutch later. Basically, the way it works is you can shoot the flamethrower at a bomb that's around a corner, and it will set it off without doing damage to you. The main benefit here is that you can eliminate backtracking, but it also stops you from putting yourself in a vulnerable spot when trying to clear a trap. And speaking of clearing a trap, I was almost back at the stairs of death. But before I could actually use the knowledge from the last run, I had a pretty close call with the same crawler that almost got me before. I'm using this on the guy here. Oh my god, where did he spawn from? Dude. Okay, so that guy didn't kill me in one shot. Oh, this is where I was before. How the fuck do you get past this? Do I gotta just go back? Okay, simple enough. Make sure we don't die here. R.I.P. Ethan. Paying respects to my grave was the last thing I should be worrying about. We've now reached the halfway point of the DLC, and we've entered a room full of sin. Every single box in this room is a bomb. And without testing the blast radius of each box, I took refuge in the closet and made a shot that was heard around the world. Is this gonna chain reaction the whole room and kill me? That'll do. Can you use this? No, fuck it. We got guns. Why would you use that if you got guns? Going into this final leg of the DLC, I was going to be introduced to the last trap type. And it's arguably the scariest but most useful item in the whole mission. Is this another trap? The jack trap? Bro, is this just a turret? You know for a fact Lucas set this up. It only shoots you in front, so we have time. Oh, dude. Oh, there's a turret. There's a turret. Will it kill this guy? Bro, it fucking hit me. I need health, man. Now, as you saw there, the turrets will kill indiscriminately. They don't see color or creed. They just see a blurry mass that needs a few bullet holes in it. I was almost immediately given an opportunity to use these turrets to my advantage in the next room. But first, I had to perform a few Gears of War roadie runs just to make it to all the loot that was stacked in the spare room. Now, while the turrets can be useful, they only have a set amount of ammo in them. And I learned that the hard way by luring in a few molded from the hallway and being forced to take them out with a spare shotgun while the turret clicked away on empty. I didn't mind using the ammo I had saved up to kill any of the remaining enemies or set off any wayward traps. But this mainly boiled down to the fact that I had crafted 30 enhanced ammo shots already. So everything else can safely be used without needing to worry about how I'm gonna handle the boss. Now, while my supplies were looking good, I identified a potential problem without a clear solution at the time. Can I shoot this? What? Was I supposed to shoot this on the other side? Oh, dude, if I die to that, knowing it's there, I'm gonna be so annoyed. Okay, figuring out how to handle that trip would be a problem for future me, because current me was actually in the last area before I could head to the boss fight. The greenhouse key was located in the living room, and after I grabbed it, I had to do another holdout section before I could get out of the house. I was definitely a little panicked here, but using the turret tech that I learned upstairs, I hunkered down and just hoped that the turret could do most of the heavy lifting. Don't throw up on me! If I crouch, does it make it harder to kill? Dude, they explode? With the doors unlocked, the last thing I needed to do was head back to the main lobby and get outside. I had expected there to be a few new enemies, which is why I left the hallway traps active. But after dealing with a few enemies that had spawned in, the game had one more surprise. Come on, pop him, pop him. No! Bro. What the fuck was that? Bro, I had so much good loot there. This is gonna be where I get fucked. Getting that far into the DLC with only 5 deaths is actually really good, all things considered. And since that death was entirely preventable, it shouldn't be the type of mistake that I make more than once. Fingers crossed. The thing about this DLC that makes that death not as soul-crushing is that all of the gimmicks stay the same. So if you manage to experience it once, you know how to avoid it for the next run. And following the same route I took last time, I made it back to that final hallway and took on the crawlers once again. Now, how greedy do we get? Okay, that was really fast, and I think that was probably a bit of a mistake. Oh, I can't believe that worked. Okay, that's a PB. Now, here's where we're gonna find out if the whole run's cooked. Dude, thank God we took the flamer. With the final tripwire in the hallway dealt with, I just needed to get outside and head to the greenhouse. I took some liberties with my shotgun to make sure I could escape in one piece, but what I didn't expect was 3 guys to spawn in at the final boss gate. Now listen, I took a couple of hits here, but thankfully, none of them killed me, and I had 3 large medkits to heal all of the damage. I was a bit concerned that I was going to get railroaded right here in the yard, but with a good deal of luck, I was able to guard my way through the big boy and make a mad dash to the greenhouse. Now all that's left here is the Marguerite fight. And having done this on Madhouse difficulty recently, I immediately noticed there were some changes in the boss arena, mainly the addition of traps. I took the opportunity to clear out a few so I didn't accidentally explode myself, and then I went up the stairs and began the fight like any noob would. After landing a shot on Marguerite, she Superman tackled me, and I ended up falling back to the ground level and was a bit disoriented. But this is where I got a little confused. Marguerite had found a turret in one of the sections of the greenhouse, and she was just letting it deal a crap ton of damage to her. I decided that the best course of action was to just wait. And once she settled that feud with the turret, she could come to me, and I would end this in the best possible way. Oh, I see her. Fuck you. She's taking shots. I respect it, Marguerite. I respect it, babe. I'm shooting you in something that we probably shouldn't talk about. Okay. Is she dead? What? Oh, did she blow up? Dude, is that the end? Did she just die to the turrets? Oh my God, is that the end of Ethan Must Die? Ethan survived. Completion time, 33 minutes and 16 seconds. Where's my achievement? Are the achievements just not unlocking right away? I need to hard reset the console. Okay, Xbox is back on. Oh, it unlocked! Oh, that's so anticlimactic for kind of an anticlimactic mode, I guess. This is what I get for letting Ethan live in a mode called Ethan Must Die. Well, that's the end of Ethan Must Die. And before I tell you where to find more, thank you again to War Thunder for sponsoring this video. If you want to jump in and play today, you can do so for free on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and mobile devices. And if you use my link in the pinned comment or description, you can get a massive bonus pack if you're a new or returning player who hasn't touched the game in 6 months. Free is the best price, so go and check that out to support the channel. Now, if you want to watch runs like this live, come over to twitch.tv/morgansbasement, where I'm live on Monday and Thursday doing all sorts of fun runs. And if not, you can click right here to watch another video.